What's going on, guys? It's Greg here today, bringing you a Call of Duty Vanguard gameplay commentary. What you guys will be watching in the background here is a little bit of the Akimbo SMGs, trying them out. They're mid. I don't really think they're good, if I'm being completely honest with you guys. I end up switching to the PPSH, and we end up dropping an absolute banger of a gameplay. 169 kills to 13 deaths. Now, most of my deaths were while I was running around with these, and I was trying to use them. Honestly, I'd rather just ADS, man. Like, the hipfire, the bloom, from hip firing, it's just not good on these guns. And while I wasn't using the best hipfire possible, it still isn't that good, even with the best hipfire possible. So I'd highly recommend just using this gun with, like, the fire rate barrel and then the damage mag. Don't even bother Akimbo. Throw on Frenzy or something. I don't know. Unless you want to run overkill, then they absolutely melt up close. But personally, again, I'd rather just, like, use a rat or a 1911 than run overkill. That's just me. But yeah, this gameplay could have been so much better if I didn't start off with these guns, and I went ahead and I was using something like the PPSH off the beginning of the match, because I would have probably dropped the ball turret right there. And I was also at like high ping on this game, about 80 ping, and for me that's pretty high, because I mean the lowest pings I ever experienced on this game are like, I would say probably about 31 to 35. That's like a good ping for me. I know some people in this game experience less than 10 ping. If you do, I'm jealous. But I normally experience like that. And then I would say, like, whenever I'm actually like playing the game like in a good session, I would say my average ping is like 50 to 60, which isn't really ideal, especially in a game where every millisecond counts. So I would say that, it's pretty unfortunate how the matchmaking ever since they changed the player counts has been really awful. I've just been getting put on EU lobbies, West Coast lobbies all the time. I'm on NA East. So yeah, it's just been kind of awful playing ever since they made that change. And I really hope they look into it, because it makes the experience just so annoying and frustrating whenever someone else is at like 10 ping or 15 ping or even 30 ping and you're at like 90 or 80 or whatever it is. It's not fun, and I feel like they should never sacrifice your ping for a skill match or something in a pub. But anyways, I end up switching to the PPSH soon. I think I'm like 19 and 6 by the time I switch to the PPSH, and I'll go ahead and put the class setup for the PPSH on the screen right now so you guys can see it. It's a really good setup. I love the PPSH a lot. It's always been a gun that I kind of had a soft spot for, even whenever the game first came out. Like, I was still trying to always use the PPSH if I could, but I just could never really find a class setup that really competed with the meta in this game, because if you guys don't know, the meta is you got your Flex Automaton, that is the Zach FA short in the 8mm Clouser. You have the long range Automaton, that is the 8mm Clouser and Anastasia Sniper, and then you have the Pro Automaton set up because, well, damage attachments are banned in competitive, and that's pretty much just, the same as using an Anastasia Sniper 8mm Clouser in pubs. It's that long range version. So, but yeah, anyways, whenever it comes to that's pretty much the meta in this game. I mean, MP40 is also really good too, but Automaton just pretty much beats everything. Best gun in the game, most broken gun. I would say probably one of the most broken guns in COD history, just because you can put that 3-shot on it, and it has almost an 800 rounds per minute fire rate with a 3-shot kill. That is just absurd. I don't know if you guys actually realize just how absurd that actually is. So yeah, the Automaton just deletes people in a blink of an eye, and yeah, I honestly hope after COD Champs that gun gets a hot nerf. Like, nerf to the ground. I just want to see the Automaton gone from existence. Anyways, I get crushed right here because someone hit the thing, and that was quite annoying. But this PPSH, man, like I said, the PPSH is just a really good gun up close. I think the time to kills in the ballpark with this setup around, I've had a ballpark at like maybe 180 milliseconds, which is pretty competitive with a lot of the meta guns in this game. And the bullet velocity, surprisingly, is actually pretty good for being a low caliber mag, and I really think that was what their intention was whenever they made the low caliber mag buff, was to really help out the PPSH, because while the damage mag is really good and all up close, it just doesn't compete at those medium to long ranges with some of the other guns in the game. And putting on this nambu mag for the PPSH just really makes this gun so versatile, and the way you can kit it out, you can even map kids with this gun. I mean, now the bullet velocity is only 500 meters, so you know, it's not going to be anything special. You definitely will die, you know, trying to take on an automaton downrange. But hey, if you have to, I mean, it definitely can compete. So it is a very good gun. Anyways, I end up getting 3 ball turret gunners in this game, and these guys shot down each one of these ball turret gunners, so they did not last full time. Because whenever people see this thing in the sky, I mean, they just take it out with bullets. That's the best way to shoot it down. You know, rocket launchers in this game, since they're not lock-on, it's too much of a gamble whether or not you're really going to hit it if you don't know the trajectories to a T. So just putting on armor piercing, you know, with like a Gorenko or just something that deals really high damage to vehicles, you can take these things out with ease. You guys can see the health bar is just getting dropped. I still had half more time in there, and this lobby could have easily been a 200 plus because these guys were not rage quitting whatsoever. So that's kind of unfortunate on the gameplay side of things, but I ended up getting a last second V2 rocket this match too. No local informants, no UAV, nothing needed. And honestly, this is the only time I really find nukes even rewarding anymore, is whenever I'm not running local informants. I have almost 500 V2 rockets in this game, and like I don't even really go for them like that. I kind of just, you know, play frag out in pubs. That's just my play style. And if I get a V2, I get a V2. And honestly, like, this is something I just wanted to ask you guys, because I know, like, personally for me, I love the VSAT. I love the local informants, you know. It's an awesome kill streak, just being able to see where everyone is at all times on your minimap for 50 seconds. But at the same time, like, I hate it being in the game as well, because I feel like I don't want to run anything else just because it is that freaking powerful, especially if you're playing solo. Like, having a local can really help change the tides of the battle for you, because you know where everyone's going to be and you can make plays based off that. Don't get me wrong, the ball turret's also very good solo, as you guys can see right here. But yeah, I really feel that the local informants, and especially if you're in a stack of really good players that can also earn local informants, that's when things start really getting crazy. And I don't know, I just wish sometimes, like, I love it being in the game, but it just also, I just don't like use anything else. If we could select whatever kill streaks we wanted in this game, like it was a Treyarch game with score streaks, you know, I'd be running like dogs, ball turret, and local informants. But sometimes, man, like if you're in a party, especially, like a lot of my friends, you know, they would prefer if I ran local informants over ball turret gunner. And plus, whenever you're in a stacked party or whatever it is, or you're playing with other really good players, people tend to leave a lot. So the ball turret gunner especially makes people rage quit. So I was really, really shocked to see that these guys didn't rage quit out of this lobby, considering that I had 3 ball turret gunners in a row. Maybe it's because they knew how to shoot down the ball turret, and that's why they didn't rage quit. But a lot of the time, you call up a ball turret gunner, people just rage quit. And it's the same thing even with local informants. Like, if the people you're calling it up against are like ghost dependent players. Now, I run ghost a lot, don't get me wrong. I normally run it when I'm playing solo or in a really small party, like a duo or a trio. And I know we're not really going to spam counters or whatever. Ghost is powerful, but I feel a lot of people don't actually use Ghost for the right reasons. Ghost's intention in the game isn't for objective play. It isn't for you to lurk your spawn and be weird. It's in the game for you to be able to get kill streaks against, you know, people that are spamming spy planes. That is the whole reason Ghost exists, in my opinion, because it allows you to stay off the radar from a 4 kill streak, and it allows you to go ahead and earn those higher tier kill streaks to go ahead and, you know, make plays for your team. That is the whole purpose of Ghost, in my opinion. And honestly, if you're using Ghost to play the objective, or just because you're worried about your kill death ratio or something, or, you know, you just don't like dying to spy planes, you should really reevaluate the reason you're using Ghost, because in my opinion it would be way better to run something like Dauntless, or even let's see, Dauntless, Cold-Blooded even, so that way, you know, you're not going to die to dogs or give off your position with high alert, or heck, even Fortified at times could help you. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. I know a lot of people have different feelings on their playstyle and what they like, but in my opinion, I believe that Ghost is meant for streaking, and it's just meant for people who are running higher tier streaks. If you're running low streaks, like anything below bombing run, there's no reason to run Ghost. No reason at all. You're just wasting your time with that perk, and because, you know, getting a 7 kill streak, you could easily do that while spy plane's up. But going on those really high streaks, especially in clutch moments, you're going to need Ghost. So anyways, just a little commentary for you guys with a little bit of tips, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. PPSH goes BRRRR, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
drop the nuke? Awesome, bro. That's